kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Rodgers going to the air to start things out. Got an open man here, and it's K.J. Hamler. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
From the 38, Rodgers, open man Hamler, that's complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
On first down, it's Samuels. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Rodgers. This one complete to Patton. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. That one into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
On 2nd and 9, Rodgers eyes the crossing route and hits Watson. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
From the gun on 3rd down, Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Packers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And Nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Second down and goal. Rodgers. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point safely through, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. They go play action with Jackson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen one touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
He's going to let it go again. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He's got a man, complete. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 40 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Straight ahead running, here's Samuels. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Setting up the screen, this is Samuels. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Short completion, just 4 yards. And this brings up a 3rd and goal. Here's Rodgers to throw. Touchdown, Packers! From 4 yards out. And the Packers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got it with a 2nd and 10. Now it's Jackson. And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson, rolling to his right. Now on the run, he'll throw it back deep over the middle. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 63 yards. Well, for all the deserved accolades Lamar Jackson gets for his running prowess, you know, his deep ball, it's really a thing to behold as well. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers have cut it back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make our score 14-7. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future as they look ahead to the... Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick 6.
And, Brandon, how often do we hear offenses tell us before a game they want to end every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal. In case of a defense, they want to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away from the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, Charles, you got a quarterback out of the pocket trying to make a play, and you get it, but instead he ends up throwing it to the other team.
And partners, we know to be successful in this league, number 1, you're going to have to be able to make plays on the perimeter or when the pocket breaks down. But number 2, you've got to make smart decisions with the football.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes, and the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Shotgun handoff to Samuels. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
From the 31, Rodgers. He'll go up top here for Hamler. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Packers. KJ Hamler, 69 yards. And the Packers have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 21-14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson to throw. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for them all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st down, Rodgers. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
Traditionally, as a defense, your #1 job, stop the run. But in today's football, it's impacting the opposing quarterback. Make him uncomfortable. And so far, they've not been able to do that.
Not at all. He's been really comfortable in the pocket. 3 touchdown passes already.
So that could be an important first sack if they do want to turn things around.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Well, let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He's got the hook up to Ginn. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
And again, it's Rodgers.
Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into him because they were there to help break that pass up.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Rodgers. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Taking it in from 11 yards out.
And the Packers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use.
And that's caught inside the 30. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 75 yards.
And the Steelers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half. Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He'll go up top here for Hamler. And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it. And it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35.
So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Take it in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for him.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Packers will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line.
Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Rodgers, he's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play there for Green Bay. And even 50 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They go draw play. This is Samuels. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use
The back end of the end zone, the sidelines, is extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the year, his 11th overall. And the Packers go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. So the Packer kickoff team set to go as they will kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And he returns this to the 22. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 43 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. A handoff as they run the counter play. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Jackson. He's going to sling this deep downfield. It's caught at the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Steelers have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
staying on the ground with Samuels. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He finds Watson complete. And he is going to have a Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution. They'll hand it off now to Samuels. Room here to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. On the handoff, it's Samuels. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Now it's Rodgers. Caught on the left side by Ginn. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give him a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. 95 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. They'll run again with Samuels on 1st down. He will push his way down to about the 14. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again? I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it. Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different. Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing. Trying to get the first with Samuels. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark. Well, you got to give it to him again, right? Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game. On 2nd and goal, Rodgers feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A loss of 3 on a sack made by multiple defenders. 2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground. Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. K.J. Hamler with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Packers are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead now up to 14.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Right back to him on first down. And he's got some space here. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Now it's Jackson. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
The offense on third down tonight, they amazingly have not seen a 4th down yet. They've converted every time. This is 3rd and 9. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the first on the 35-yard stripe. On now is the Packers punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken around the 12. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up?
He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when any risk of a flag.
An incomplete pass on first.
Jackson.
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Now for the point after. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Not much leg here. Fields this at the 24-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Samuels. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 111 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Here's Samuels again. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a give running right is Samuels. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Here's Samuels. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Packers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Green Bay, their battle to finish above 500 gets a slight lift as they move to 6-8 on the year. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they've plummeted now to 3-11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC.